Wow, this extension cord idea to use as a wiring harness on this old project is working better than I thought. I realize that this is not only double insulated, I believe it is triple insulated. And we have these 3 wires. What a coincidence. Check it out. Here's my new fuse box. Here's my old fuse box. What a difference. With the extension cord idea, I got 3 wires on one side, I've got 3 wires on the other side, and there's no way this harness is going to get shorted out in the wires. So I'm getting a little excited, and I'm going to show you how to power up this fuse box with the most important thing, electrical protection. That is the emphasis of today's video, how to wire your vehicle and be perfectly safe from fire. That's what the electrical protection is. Come on, let me show you how to build your own. Now you can go and buy your maxi fuses, 100 amp, you can go buy a 40 amp, and you can use it, but why spend $8, $10 when you probably have some of these wires just laying around? Here's how we're going to do it. I have 4 different size wires for you. They're called the gauge. I've got the small, the little bigger one, and the medium, and the biggest one. Now this one happens to be a speaker wire, which is a 20 gauge. How can I tell? Well, my wire stripper works on the 20 well on that one. This one's a 20 gauge. This is an 18 gauge, and that's the one I'm going to go with. This is a 14 gauge. This wire is getting a little on the thick side. Here's how we're going to build it. We're going to select this size wire. Now, if you're working with a vehicle that's going to be equipped with air conditioning and loaded down with some kind of speaker, and you've got additional electrical devices to operate all kinds of accessories, well, you're probably going to want to go with something like this. But if you're just going to run 30, 40 amps on this old truck, and that's all I'm going to run, I'm going to just build me one, and I'm going to show you how it works. Check it out. The extension cord uses a 10 gauge wire. That's this one. I've selected an 18 gauge wire to be my electrical protection / fuse link. Now I'm going to have to put a large terminal on this one because I need this large eye to attach to my starter, and I always want a solid connection. So here's how you do that one. You're going to have to strip extra on this one here. That's probably good enough, and I'm going to fold it over, I think twice. I'm going to fold it over once, and I bet you it just falls in there. Yes, so I'm going to fold it over one more time, and that's going to take up a lot of that sloppy fit that goes on there. This is going to be just fine. I make sure that the copper is in the right place. Of course, I select the yellow dot to match the gauge of the terminal, and with precision I anchor it there and I pull on it on that side. Now I'm going to need a regular butt connector on that side, and I trim off the end so the stripper works well. So I come in here and I'm going to strip, I think a little extra, because I'm going to fold it over once. That works well there. I twist it, I fold it, I bring in my new connector. It should go on just right. I get it into position. It looks good, it feels good, and I come in here and I do that. All right, now that's it. This is my electrical protection. I'm going to prove it to you by letting it do its job. Let's go ahead, and I'm going to attach it. I made this. All right, I made this because this is going to go to my ignition switch, and I need to fix this part that was damaged, and I cut it off. I strip it, and I'm almost ready to put it back on. No, I'm almost ready to show you, to prove to you how that electrical protection is going to work. So that one's going to go right there. This one's going to go right there. And here comes the exciting part, how we're going to show the electrical protection kicking in and doing its job right there. Okay, looks like my protection's ready to go. Let me show you how it works. battery jumper cables connected to a battery. I have 12 volts. I'm going to connect my fusible link to the red terminal, my positive. On the other end, this is the black one. That's my power. I'm going to short it out and let's see how this works. Whoa! Fire! That wasn't supposed to happen. I didn't expect it to catch fire. What kind of electrical protection that's supposed to protect you from fire catches fire? Here's what went wrong. The fusible link was too long. I made a mistake. I'm going to make the fusible link much shorter this time. Now, if you're still uncomfortable, this is how we used to do it. In the 70s and the 80s, they didn't have maxi fuses. They had fuse links, which was basically a smaller gauge wire connected very early in the power distribution. So the reason the other one smoked and caught fire was it was way too long. Here, let's fix it. All right, I've got that other one almost ready to go. All I got to do is strip this little section here. Got this one ready. This fuse link is like a fuse. Let me put this crimp terminal on here, and then I'm going to make sure we understand how this works. Right here, right there, and let's see if I get it right there. All right, this and these are basically the same thing. What we're doing is we're putting a weak link. This is the weak link. This is 10 gauge wire. This is what we're going to operate the circuit on. But if there's any kind of electrical short, this is supposed to burn. I'm going to go put this on in my fuse box so we can see that we're going to be totally protected. I've installed my fuse link wire onto the starter. This battery cable has electricity now, and so does my fuse link. And when it attaches to my fuse box, well, it also has power. And now I can go and safely start to wire all my circuits. Headlights, tail lights, brake lights, blinker lights, radio, air conditioning, I hope one day. All right, folks, let's finish up. Thank you, folks, for sticking around. I hope you're learning something. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. I'll be glad to answer them. Comments are also appreciated. Thumbs up. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for the view. We appreciate it.